May we all please rise to welcome the members of Summit.
It is now my singular honor, on behalf of the Democratic Party, which has the chair of the summit, and also on behalf of the other members of the summit, first to record our appreciation to the President of the Republic of Uganda for taking the time. I think it is important that this meeting has taken place. As I said earlier, all is well. My honor to invite you to address us. Thank you very much.
The Honorable Mao was talking of the political system. Incidentally, I'm happy to be here with my old parties, which I will talk about later. The Honorable Mao was talking of the political systems. According to our perspective, political systems are not an end in themselves. They are a means to achieving aims of society. And right from 1912, when the African National Congress was formed in South Africa to deal with the new problem that Africa was facing, which was colonization. The aims of the liberation movement have been 5. First, they were aiming at independence, to get freedom for the Africans again. Secondly, they were aiming at democracy, our elders. Thirdly, they were aiming at prosperity through market integration, because we need an integrated market to support our prosperity. Fourthly, they were aiming at political strategic security through political integration. That's why for us here, we talk about the East African Federation, East African Confederation. And fifthly, we know about the fraternity of the African people. So therefore, for us, politics is about aims. It's not about systems. Systems, yes, but systems serve aims. We are in politics because of aims, not because of anything else. I don't have to be in politics. I'm a cattle keeper. That's my job. But in order to survive, we have to articulate these aims, which I have listed here: independence, democracy, prosperity through market integration, strategic security through political integration, where possible, and the fraternity of the African people. So it is these aims that guide us. The systems, according to us, are not an end in themselves. So when we deal with all actors, if you were to study our actions carefully, you will see this. Some of the things I cannot talk about in public, but that's the reality. The NRM is a party of aims. When we fought Idi Amin, 1971, some people think that we fought Idi Amin because he was killing people. Actually, we didn't even know that Amin was killing people initially. But even if he had not killed people, we would have opposed him. Why? Because he was blocking our aims. If you block the aims of the resistance of liberation, we oppose you because it is a matter of survival. Africans cannot survive unless they achieve some of these aims. That is, I think, one of the differences with the other political parties. I told you that I am here with my old political parties. DP, I was in DP from 1960 to 1970. I was very active with DP youth winger. Then I joined UPC for 5 months until Amin came and we had to go and do other things. So I know these parties. I don't know about Ijema. Ijema is a new group. FDC is a new group. But DP, I know very well. UPC, I know very well, and I belong to them, and I try to help them. I try to help DP. Then I tried to help UPC. So I know I'm very glad that I'm here. This method of dialogue is a very good one. We always believe in dialogue. In 1979, as we were fighting Amin, we met in Moshi and we formed the UNLF, which united all the parties. But unfortunately, some of the groups didn't appreciate the importance of UNLF, so we got scattered again. But we always believed in dialogue. If dialogue had been used, Uganda would have avoided a lot of problems. In fact, when you think of those young people, all those leaders at independence were young people. Obote was 35 years old, Mutesa was 39, Nechon, who died recently, was 28, Ivinjira was 28 years old, Kakonga was 26. They were all young people, all of them. I think the only one who would have been above 40 was like Nadiope. Maybe Nadiope was like 42, not very much older. And BK Chiria, Barak Chiria. It was therefore very sad to see those young people failing. And one of the people which caused them to fail was inability to dialogue. Arrogance. This one is saying this one is saying that, this one is saying that. It's amazing, because you know, those leaders were not very much older. I was 18 years old at independence. So if somebody was 28, he was like my elder brother. But it's amazing to see how they failed, those people. It was as if they were bewitched. There was no reason for those people to fail. If they had dialogued, they would have found a solution. So for me, when you call for dialogue, I will be there the following morning. If I don't want to dialogue, when I'm in politics, I should go home and look after my cows. You cannot be in leadership and you say, I don't want to talk. You should be very careful, because God can decide to make you not talk. If God doesn't want you to talk, He knows how to do it. Switches you off and you are just looking, you can't talk. But God gives you ability to talk, and you say you don't want to talk, God can switch off completely. You find you want to talk and you cannot talk. So for me, I take it as a biblical command to talk with anybody who wants to talk to me. It is not whether I like or I don't like, it is the commandment of God. as long as he has given me mouth to talk, and my brain is working, my eyes are seeing, I must talk. Now, if you are in opposition, in conclusion, I will tell you how you can be in opposition, because I was in opposition. I was in DP, in our area, Ankole Northeast, what they call Kilgora district now. There was a UPC government in Mbarara, and there was a UPC government in Kampala here. But some of the most important work I did for my area was during that time. In 1966, I have those booklets, if you can get them for me, when I did some of the most important work in my area. Instead of going to fight government, UPC government, fighting, no, I didn't want to fight. Thank you so much. Bring copies for the presidents. Presidents are 3, you brought only 2. This booklet here captures the work I did between 1966 and 1995. First of all, I did some work between 1966 and 1971, when Idi Amin came in. And this was to persuade the people in that area to stop nomadism, but also to go from subsistence farming to commercial farming. And I was moving in the villages, convincing people. They came and accused me to the UPC government that I was misleading people to make farms illegally, to make sengenge. So I went and I saw the Vice President, John Babiha, and I explained to him that, Your Excellency, you are the one who told us to do modern farming. We cannot do modern farming without fencing. The UPC in Bara don't want us to fence, but what do we do? You are the one who told us to do, to kill ticks, and when I kill ticks, my neighbor doesn't kill ticks, what you are telling us will not happen. Then Babiha told me in Rutoro, said, those people of UPC of Mbara became stupid long ago, you go ahead. So, when I see people so-called opposition does not mean that you don't work for your area. If you are not lucky to be in the government in Kampala, but there is enough peace, work for the progress of your area, for the socio-economic progress of your area. Nobody is stopping you from doing that. I did it, I am here. I was a young boy, I actually started when I was 19. So when I see young people, you are talking to a former young person. I am here. I am a former youth. And I can speak authoritatively about all youth issues, how to be a youth leader, because I was one. And not just a youth leader, a leader who was really doing very serious work of all types, peaceful, unpeaceful, all sorts of work you want to do. So, don't waste time claiming that you are opposition and you are doing nothing for the people. Because I was able to do, I was not alone, we were groups of us, we were able to do very important work, although the government in the center and even in the district was belonging to another party. So therefore, I am glad to meet you here, the leaders of DP, leaders of UPC, leaders of JEMA. We invite others also, like FDC. I don't know why they don't come, but that's up to them. So therefore, I thank you very much, and I give these 3 booklets. The booklet here, it is entitled "From Owiriza to Amatofari," how the people of my area moved from grass-thatched houses to modern houses, how they changed from pre-capitalism to money economy. And we did this mainly during the time when we were not in the government. UPC, the one which was in the government. When Amin came, we had to run away for 16 years, from 1971 to 1986. But when we came back, we were able to resume from where we started. So I'm very happy. This spirit is a good one. Spirit of, as you heard the chairman summarizing, once we discuss, we can agree. We can agree on points of convergence, and then we don't agree, then we understand each other. I thank you, and I wish you good luck. Thank you so much. Do you have a new photograph?
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end